What's up, everybody? I thought I would do a different video today. I've been playing this game with my brother called Path of Exile 2. Never played Path of Exile 1, but we've been playing this for a while now. We're in the Endgame area. It's a pretty complex game. It's got lots of, things you can do, upgrades. Like you have this passive skill tree here that you can utilize when you get your level ups and so on. But it's a pretty complicated game, and therefore to explain it all would be a very complex thing. I don't really want to go into that. I just want to play today. But I'd figured I would give you guys something else other than Apex. I know I stopped doing the Black Myth Wukong after the first gameplay. I started doing a new game, and then I don't know, kind of got bored and stopped doing it. So here we are. We're in Path of Exile 2. This is the end game. I've already completed the acts down here, 1, 2, and 3 in both regular and cruel mode. And now we're just doing endgame, which is these maps. You go up to this little map device, and you find these maps, or once you find them you can upgrade them and so on. But yeah, this is it's been pretty fun. It's a neat game. I've got my build set up to basically just one button lightning blast things, and basically what I'm trying to do is find rare items, currencies, things like that, that I can sell or utilize, make a profit, and maybe get a better build. My build isn't bad, but it's also, it's not the best out there either, for sure. Definitely not. So I'm just going to be playing some of these maps and running through, killing monsters, picking up some things, leaving lots of things on the ground that I don't want, and so on. And hope you guys enjoy.
The unrighteous will be turned. The dreamer provides.
Cool, I died. So that's fun. Sometimes monsters will get you into a stun, and apparently there was a couple there that just kept me in a stun, and so that kind of sucks, but that's okay. I got more maps. We'll just continue. That right there is not a bad start. So You can see when I press this button here, you get these extra descriptions, prefix and suffix, and the T11, T7 on the side. And those are pretty high for starting out on an amulet for maximum mana and lightning resistance. So, based on that, I'm going to try to upgrade it some more and see if we can get something valuable out of this. And that sucks. Accuracy rating is not a great stat, and it's only a tier 1. So, well, we can do a couple more here. 20% critical damage bonus. That's alright. Critical damage bonus is a good thing to have, but could have been better. Max energy shield. Okay. Last one. Plus 30 to dexterity is not bad. I kind of wish the accuracy rating was gone and maybe there was an additional resistance to like fire or cold or something, but it's not a bad amulet, but I don't think it's worth too much. We'll go ahead and put it in our sales tab, and well, maybe we'll get something out of it. I'll put it up for like 10 exalted. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not like up there either. These little symbols above these things that have like the hand and the skull and the red design there, those are modifiers on the map. Contains a boss for that symbol. There's a breach. There's a corrupted. So yeah, that's what those mean. I use quarterstaves, so I kind of know about them a little bit, so I tend to pick those up just to see what kind of stats we get in here. The fire damage is pretty cool. It's a high tier. Most people that use the monk class, which uses quarterstaves for the weapon, they tend to go for physical damage on the staff because one of the movesets that's most popular converts that damage to like 80% of it into cold damage, and then they like to add cold damage to the stabs too. So fire's like but it's a high tier fire. But if we can get some other good stuff in there, that might be worth it. Leech, that's not great. 3 more stats. 1 to 101 lightning. That's pretty good. So I use lightning on mine for my call that storm wave is the move that I use where it splits off 3 lightning waves. So that's pretty good. What I'm hoping for is a high percentage increase of physical damage and maybe some plus levels on melee skills. Accuracy, not so much. Don't like that. 2 life per enemy hit. It's horrible. What is that? And I don't have any more room for anything else. I like that there's high lightning and fire damage. Oh, that little noise means... Oh, somebody whispered to me, but there's a lot of people that they like to just advertise, I guess. Like this thing here. This, I believe, is illegal in game. I'm not supposed to be able to... You're not supposed to try to sell stuff for like actual money. You can trade in game, but this is like go to a website and pay them money. This guy should be reported for that. Illegal material. Anyway, but sometimes, like for example, I have those things for sale in my for sale tab. There's a website online that's linked up to the game where people can look for things for sale and then click on a link to send a little whisper to me, and that's where I would get that. You'd see at from, and it'd be purple from somebody, and I'll say I'd like to buy something. So that's kind of what I thought was going on there, but that is not the case. Okay, let's move on. These guys are tough. Or I'm just not. Don't want any of those. Oh, ow. Roly-poly guys, just slam right into you. Those little orbs that I pick up says orb of augmentation or transmutation, and then the ones that I was using in my inventory for upgrading items, those are considered currency, like player to player currency. Some are more valuable than others, and that's why I picked those up, even if they're like the augmentations, the transmutations. I have a ton of those. Those are just the basic tier 1 orbs. But money is money. Kind of like finding a quarter on the ground or something. A quarter more than you had before. The Exalted is probably the most commonly traded. The Exalted orb. Divines are higher than Exalted. Those are very rare. And then the rarest of the rare is the mirrors. Mirror of Calandra or something. And that's super extremely rare. Never seen that. I've got a couple, I've gotten probably a total of like 15 divines throughout the game. Never seen a mirror. Don't know how long it'll take before I ever see one. But another way to get these upgrade currencies. Oh, look at that. This guy's just glitched out. He did. Another way to get them is to get very good items and sell them for those higher currencies, if they're worth it. Still kind of learning all the values of things, so kind of learn that with me. We'll see how that goes. If I find some good stuff that I could sell, great. There's all this burning ground in here. Stand on that and it'll hurt you. Didn't mean to pick this up. Oh, interesting. 16% increased damage with hits against rare and unique enemies. Shock duration is like, eh. Mine's kind of converted to lightning damage instead of shock, but let's see. Evasion rating. Mana from flasks. Eh. Those aren't great. Not great for jewels. Those are things you can put on your passive tree. So like in your upgrade tree, there's these little slots. Like here, for example, jewel socket. If you upgrade to that way and you have it unlocked, then you can put a jewel in there and it'll give you the effects of the jewel. Like I have this one here. It's a unique one, and it lets me use upgrades in that Zealot's Oath area of the upgrade tree without being connected to my tree. So instead of me having to go in a straight line to that place, I actually found that jewel, and now I can just pick anything in this circle. And of course I picked 25% increased attack damage. I saw somebody else with a build like that and ended up buying that jewel. But yeah, that's what jewels do. That's what the unique jewel does anyway. Okay, so when you're in a map for a long enough time, on the top right where my mini map is, you'll see all these little skulls. Those are the yellow skulls are the rare enemies that are left that I need to kill to complete the map. And the red one on the bottom left is kind of like orangish red. That's the map boss. So remember I was showing you the map. It had a little picture of a skull and it says there's a boss in there. That's the map boss. So when you're in the map for a long enough time, it'll say, okay, maybe you don't know where these guys are, we'll help you, and it shows you where they are, basically. Go top left first. That was a little scary. Okay, we got augmentation. Gauntlets tier 3. We can see what they look like. Fire damage, armor, evasion, accuracy. 28 dexterity, 32 cold. That's not bad. Physical damage is mana. I mean, they're not a bad set of gloves, but nothing to be like, eh, this is worth something, you know. This, I want to wait till I get back. I have something called chaos orbs where they can remove a random modifier and add a new one. Of course, if it removes like the lightning damage, then I'm just going to throw the staff away. So yeah, that's why I'm holding on to those once we get back. Oh, I guess yeah, that was that yellow guy. The rare guy. Okay, so we're gonna go top right now. Go take care of that guy up there, and then the other two kind of more central right. And then we do the map boss. Did this have... Yeah, you can open up your mini map and expand it like this. It's kind of transparent right over the screen. But all the little blue modifiers on the right side, I'm just looking to see. I don't. Yeah, there was no. I was looking to see if there's a mirror or a breach in here, but there's not. Typically, if there was, I would probably go take care of those before I do the map boss, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Just sometimes you do the map boss, and I've seen where it won't let you back out of that room. You just have to leave the map. Most of the time, you should be able to get back out of the room. Oh, there is a breach here. I just saw a little breach thing. Oh yeah, that's right, there was a breach here. Why don't I see it here? It's got to be there. Oh yeah, area contains an additional breach. Okay, well, that's cool. There's our other yellow. The guy shooting all the lightning. Get out of here. Orb of Alchemy. Those are cool, so you could take a normal item and add 4 stats, random stats immediately to make it a rare item. This breach could be a little tough, because with all the other little stats on my thing here, wow, I have a 739% increased waystones. Waystones are the maps that you use to do these, and I usually, at this point, only pick up 14s and 15s. Those are the highest you can find. You can upgrade them, or corrupt them, and they could turn into a 16, which is pretty neat. But basically those tier levels of the maps indicate the difficulty, and also you have a better chance of getting rarer stuff. And then the item drops, like the stabs or the helmets, armor, any kind of that, those kinds of things. Their item level will be determined by the monster level, which right now we have a monster level of 80. That's the normal monsters. The rare monsters will have a +1, so they'll be 81. And then, of course, if you have a T16 map, it'll be normal monsters are 81, and the rare will be 82. And 81 is basically the minimum you need for like the highest base on things. So, for example, this staff I have right here, this is only an 80. It's got a... Let's go to mine. Mine's an 82. So that's like the highest base stats you can get. So when I say base, like for example, it says physical damage 199 to 368. It's that high because I have this percentage increase as an additional modifier. But the base stat, whatever that was, like 100 to something, that would have been the highest base you can get on a quarterstaff because of the 82. And of course, depending on the style. So this is a barrier. Some of them have a little bit different values, like the crescent quarterstaffs or the crackling quarterstaffs. So that all, like I said, it's a very complicated game. There's a lot to it, but yeah, how you set your maps up, that can affect your items and your weapons you find, everything dramatically. Okay, this is going to be a mistake, but let's see if we can handle it. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm stuck. I should have relaxed for a minute, let my shields come up. I did not die, but I did not do very well either. So the breach basically will open up and expand, and continue to slowly expand, and then the more monsters you kill, the longer it'll open and expand. But I got myself stunned and stuck in a sticky situation, and all this burning ground really sucks. Like, I just can't stand in the fire because, see my shield over here on the left side? The way I have my, you probably noticed I have only one life point. I have that in my skill tree, so there's an option to, and I'm lagging, an option in the skill tree to basically make your max life only one instead of whatever it would have normally been, but you don't take any chaos damage. So anything that does chaos damage in the game, which is a lot in the end game, that doesn't affect me. So like poison on the ground or poison from monsters, that's considered chaos. There's also just, I don't know, other regular chaos damages too. But those used to mess me up. Like honestly, the even with resistance, a little bit of resistance to it, it's hard to find good resistance to chaos. But then there's that chaos inoculation on the skill tree where my max life is just one and I don't take chaos anymore. And so in that case, I just ended up putting a lot more into my energy shield. So I got a 5,000 energy shield, and then I have a passive, something called a spirit skill. It's called Grim Feast. And when I kill enemies, they have a certain amount of chance. I think it's like 30% chance or something to drop a remnant, which can overflow my shield. It'll drop like 100 and something extra energy shield, and I can overflow it to up to double. So I can actually get about 11,000 energy shield, which is pretty decent. It's actually pretty high energy shield, and that's really necessary when you have no life. But you also have to be careful too at the same time, because you have no life. If your energy shield gets really low, then you're really low. There's no life after that. Oh, I don't like this person. But this is a prime example of chaos damage here. This person does a lot of poison things on the ground, and it's very good to not have to take that kind of damage. Oh. I don't like those things. So the poison on the ground there doesn't hurt me, but the actual explosion of those things does like a physical damage. Eek, that was close. Nice. 2 tier 15s. One of them's rare. Typically, the extra stats or the extra modifiers on them will... Sometimes you get some good ones, and sometimes you get bad. There's like the prefix and the suffixes. Prefix are usually good stats, suffix are bad, but all of them help you get better items, or, you know, more chances, higher chances of getting rarer items in the game, the more beefy they are, you know. So like this one, having 5 different modifiers, is more beefy than this one, which just has the one of, ugh, patches of burning ground. Don't like that. But then of course we can take him back to base and upgrade him and all that. Okay, so now up here you can see it says map completed. When I killed that boss too, it shows on the screen map completed. So nothing else I want to do in here. No items that I forgot to pick up that I wanted. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Go put some stuff away. Let's see what other maps I want to use. Oh yeah, I wanted to use one of these chaos orbs. Yeah, we're gonna use that on the staff. Hopefully not get rid of the lightning or the fire. Any of the bottom 4 I'd be happy with. And we got rid of the fire, but we got an increase in physical damage. It's only a tier 3 for physical, 27%. Let's use the modifier one more time. Oh, we got an attack speed. But I really need that physical damage to be higher. Like, really. critical hit chance. Tier 1. Attack speed is great. But I really need a higher physical damage on this, and I need to be a really good staff, I would need like a +7 to melee skills, which is what I have on mine. I ended up buying mine. I didn't find it or upgrade it. The melee skills actually dramatically increases your attack power out of it. I think better than any other stat does. But yeah, I'm gonna say this staff was kind of a wash. That kind of sucks. I just wasted my only 3 chaos orbs. Oh well, hopefully we'll find more. I'm not gonna waste any time trying to sell this. I have other stabs that are better that I've been trying to sell, and not for very expensive either. I think most people are just, they're only looking for the best of the best.
Yes.
So we're just gonna sell it back for gold. This one, I like the 16% increased damage with rare and uniques, but it's not enough by itself to be that valuable, I don't think. Okay, do we have... Let's do this. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I should have waited. I only put 2 on these 2. So the Regals, they upgrade a magic item to rare by adding 1 modifier. But I could have done the augmentation first, because they go from this one, the transmutation, upgrade a normal item to a magic one. So basically 1 modifier makes it magic. And then I could have done this one, a magic item with a new random modifier. You can only do that once. And then the Regal to add a 3rd. I should have done that for these, for this one and for this one. Oh well. We'll go ahead and do these. I'll probably just do these like once each. I don't want to waste too many of my exalted orbs. I need to find some stuff. If I could find a divine, those are nice because they're... Let's see what they're going for. They have exchange rates for the currencies. So I can go here, for example, and I can say, yeah, I'm looking for exalted orbs. And I have, let's say, a divine. I have 5. They're going for 400 exalted right now. So, if you find a divine, it's kind of like finding 400 exalteds. We'll go to... No, I want to do the ritual one. But the ritual ones, I like to do lower tier levels because they're pretty tough. They put you in a little circle and you got a bunch of things spawning, and they can kill you pretty quickly. I wonder if I have anything less than a 14. I got a 13 here. Nothing. We'll do the 13, I think. You know what? I need to clear some of this out too, so I have some room. Let's see, there was a spot here, yeah. That way my backpack has room for if I find stuff, I can put them in there. Alright, yeah, I want to do this ritual one, because the rituals, when you complete them, there's like a little store you can buy with the tribute that you get from completing them. And sometimes they have some valuable stuff in there. We'll put that in there. I don't want to make this one very tough. Take a sip of my coffee. Oh, On the mini map, it looks like there's these little spider webbed areas. Just little skinny pathways. Yeah, like all that purple stuff there, that would have been devastating to me before the chaos inoculation. Just standing in there and continuously draining my health. Do I keep going up or to the right? Ruby ring with 25% fire resist. Cool. Maybe we'll use the Orb of Alchemy on that when we get back. See what we can turn that into. I carry some with me, like just the regular upgrade materials and then the Exalted, because if I find that trying to upgrade them when I get back and then it not turning into something great and then I spend time selling it, it just, I don't know. It seems like a lot more work than me just seeing if it's worth it here while I'm in the map, and then if it's not, I just drop it back on the ground and I'm like, okay, I wasted the upgrade material, but I don't want that item. So just gives me room to put other stuff in there. Let's see what that robe is. I don't normally pick up everything because I just don't want to waste time, but ooh, max energy shield, 33 intelligence is a tier 8. The life regen per second is poo-poo. The poison on me, well, that doesn't matter to me, but might matter to somebody. Let's see, this can be upgraded one more time. Let's see what other stat we get. 23 to max life, only a tier 3. Eesh. 242, see. It's not worth doing anything with. I don't want to waste any materials on it because there's too many stats on it. This should mostly be a fairly easy map for me, tier 13, except for those little ritual things when I find them. Those are tough on the 14s and 15s. There we go. There's somebody who wants to buy something for 50 Exalted. Let's go sell that to him real quick. The Beast Weaver, Expert Longstaff. I found a neat little trick. If I invite him to my party first and then I look for the item in my sales tab, it'll be highlighted in purple. Yeah, right there. Okay, put that there. He's already here. Yep, let's accept his trade. Put that there. Got 50 exalts. Yep, that works. Thank you, good sir. And so I usually like to give him a little thank you afterward. Just courtesy. Okay. So that was good. Somebody bought something for 50 exalts. I like it. I'll put those away since I'm here. And also, since I'm here, let's go ahead and, I think he said a thanks back. Cool. I like when people are kind to each other in video games, unlike Apex. Okay. I'm using an Orb of Alchemy, because that upgrades a normal item to a rare one with 4 modifiers instantly. That just saves time. Ooh. We got So these rings, the ruby rings, they have implicit. So like right here on the top, you see there's an eye there, and it says implicit. Basically, ruby rings always come with some number of percentage to fire resistance, for example. So that's what an implicit is. Different rings might have different things. I know there's another one that does an implicit for like lightning resistance, lightning resistance. I can't talk. But yeah, so there's that. I got a tier 8 to adding to maximum life. I got a 8%, it's only a tier 2, but 8% to all elemental resistances, and then also a 35% to cold resistance. So it's got the 25 to fire, 35 to cold, and another 8 to all. So that's fire, cold, lightning, and chaos. So that's pretty decent so far. I would like to continue to upgrade that and see what else we can get. We can get 2 more stats. 10 to 15 physical damage. That's not bad. What else you got? Evasion rating. Well, that's okay. This ring's probably worth something. With the resistances, and the 10 to 15 damage. I say we could probably get maybe 20 exalts. I'm not sure. That's what I'm putting it for, though. Try to make some kind of profit. Typically, if I'm upgrading things, I'd like to. Ooh, I almost tried to start a new map. Go back into this one. Typically, I like to try to make a profit. So, obviously, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes stats don't work out, and I just drop it on the ground. But if it seems like it's pretty good, if I used four exalted orbs on it, I'm gonna want to make more than 4 exalted orbs back for it to be worth my time to put it up for sale and then invite somebody, all that. So that's what I'm doing. Put it up for 10, it'll be a profit if somebody, or 20, it'll be a good little profit. Like the one I just sold for 50, that was a decent profit. I'm sure I used orbs and all that stuff. I think I even corrupted that one. When we get to trying to corrupt something, I'll explain all that to you guys. It has to be worth it, though. My brother Joey, he uses a sorcerer class, which has wands. And so, that's a good stat, but such a low tier. 13% extra lightning. Don't even want to look at it anymore. What did I just pick up? I don't want that. Don't really know much about scepters. There's one of the rituals right here. I like to clear the area out. The way that these work is you come here and it'll tell you kind of like this says it does chaotic plants release explosive pods. So once I activate that, it's going to basically create a circle around this area. Basically the circle is about as large as the circle on the ground. And when you activate it, you can't go outside of that, and things just spawn out of the ground for you to fight until they're done. And once they're done, then you can collect anything that they drop, and then go up here, and there's a little store. But there's usually about 3 and sometimes 4 of these ritual things per map when the map has rituals. And so I like to clear them all out first and then look at the store, because some of the items are hidden until you're done with all of them, and I don't want to just use my points right away. I'd like to see all my options first. Okay, so we've cleared this out. We're gonna go ahead and activate that. Oh, I'm stuck right there. I don't want these explosions to hit me. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. It's only the first ritual. They, in my opinion, they tend to get progressively harder the more you do. So far, it only shows us a couple things, a couple bows, a mace, and then orbs of augmentation. Skill gem 17. These other ones are dark. So I don't like any of those things. And of course, I only have 250 tribute right now. We're going to go ahead and continue on and not do anything. Of course, if there's nothing I like, you get one chance to re-roll, but it costs like 1,000 of your tribute as well. What I'm looking for is ritual tablets that I could put in my map zone for the towers to make my maps have chances of more rituals. And I can either sell that for about a divine, or I can use it to make more rituals. And then the other things I'm looking for in the actual for sale tab is some certain kinds of omens for when you're, trying to modify items or upgrade items or corrupt them. And then there's also something called a audience with the king, which is worth like, I don't know how many it is right now. It used to be worth like 6 divines. And that's something that allows you to basically go fight one of the pinnacle bosses, and if you beat him, you get loot from him. Otherwise, you could just sell that and end up getting like at least 6 divines, I believe. We'll have to check on that if we ever find one. I don't think I've ever found an audience with the king yet. Expert slicing quarterstaff. Let's see what you got. It's a rare. Ooh. Cold lightning attack speed. Life per enemy killed is but it's pretty good for an okay, so we're going to actually do upgrade. 9 mana, that sucks. What else? Elemental damage. Oof. That had potential. I needed, instead of the manas and life per enemy killed, I needed those to be like increased physical percent damage. So that kind of sucks. We're just going to call that a loss and drop it. Wasted 2 exalteds on it. Hopefully we'll make those back here. I didn't do this one yet. Just don't want to get stun locked into something. That's usually what kills you, is getting stun locked. What did we get on the ground? This heavy belt. If those are white, you can use an item on these to get it to have a chance to turn it into one of the uniques that people like. But since it's blue, you can't. You can only do it with the normal white ones. It's like a, what's the item? It's called the Orb of Chance, and it has a chance of either turning into a unique or destroying the item completely. A bigger chance to destroy it, much lower chance to get a unique. And then of course the unique has to be what somebody wants, but 158 to max mana is pretty good. The problem is a lot of people like to use the unique belts. Like I use one that gives me an increase for my equipped rings. This is a popular one. Mine is very low. Well, I don't want to say very low. 63% is not what people look for. They hope to get to to 80% plus. You can get up to like a 96%, I think, or a high 90s% chance. But basically, my equipped rings get 63% increased bonuses. So, like, for example, all these little stats, add 63% of those stats to them. That's huge. That's huge for your rings. So this is a very popular belt. So unless this one could end up having some insanely good stats on it, it's very unlikely that it's going to be something that's worth a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, charm charges gained. That's not a desirable stat. Let's see what the Regal does to it. 15 to max life. Yeah, it's already kind of poo-poo. We're just gonna drop it. Okay, let's check the thingy here. Nothing new that I want there. Okay, let's continue to look around. There is this little thing here. These are a rare guy that's like in prison that you have to basically break him out and then fight him. But he drops things called essences. I'll show you what those are if I can beat this guy. Should be able to. Easy peasy. Okay, essence of battle. That's this. And so you can basically take, instead of doing a random, like right here, if I have a normal item, a white item, a ring or whatever, and then I use the Orb of Transmutation, it upgrades a normal item to a magic item with one modifier. But the modifier is random. It's completely random. You don't have a choice in that. These right here, these different kinds of essences, you can upgrade a normal item to a magic one with an attack modifier. So it narrows down the modifier based on what you're looking for. You can only do that with these regular essences, like the essence of battle. I forgot the other one's names, but one of them will give you like a lightning modifier, another one will give you a mana modifier or a life modifier, just depending on the essence. These regular essences that look like this, they're all just different colored, you can only do with a normal item. And so after it's blue, after you have a modifier, you can't use one of these on there anymore. You have to go to the Orb of Augmentation. There is another essence called a Greater Essence, and those are usually expensive in the store unless you find one. And that'll go for your third modification. You can do the same thing as one of these, where your third modification has, a narrow one. So like, for example, this has an attack. There's also a Greater Essence that might be of battle as well. I don't know if that's the same name, but that'll also give you the ability for your third modification to be attack. So that's pretty good to know. But I'm going to save those up, because unless I find like a really high item or something that I think could have a really good chance of turning into something good, I'm probably not going to use those just on any old item I find. Alright, let's go finish off this yellow guy down here. And then we'll go back up to the right. And then it says we have 2 rituals remaining that we need to find. Probably near these areas that we haven't explored yet. There's our rare. Clear these guys out a little bit. These orbs go away. So those orbs do chaos damage, but they also do like an explosion physical damage. The chaos damage of those orbs used to destroy me. I'm going to pick up that 13 for now, just in case I run into more rituals. Ooh, dexterity. Dexterity is one of the monk's main skills. Like on the passive skill tree here, you can see on the left you have a dexterity number, an intelligence, and a strength. Strength is not so much for me. Dexterity is probably the most important, but intelligence also is important. So 29 dexterity. It's a tier 7. The tiers go up to like tier 12 or 13, I think, something like that. But because it's got dexterity in a high tier, I'll go ahead and see what the next stat turns into. Ooh, a 136 physical damage increase. That is good. Item level is only 78, so it's not a high base, but we're only using small upgrade material for now. Ooh, attribute requirements. That's not desirable. I don't like that. Let's go ahead and use some exalteds though. Ooh, a 1 to 68 lightning. That is not bad. Could be higher, but it's not bad. We could turn this into something good, maybe. 6 to 12 cold. It's a low tier. But it could be worse. Okay, last one. Accuracy rating. Ew. And light radius. Accuracy rating and light radius are like hand in hand. They go with each other. Poop. That could have been a better staff for sure. I'm just blowing through my exalted right now. Yep, not even gonna worry about that staff. Okay. Where are these other rituals? Oops, I just accidentally used a mana potion. Didn't mean to do that. I bet you there's a ritual up here. In this little area of the map that I have not explored. Does that have... Oh, there's more over here. Yep, there's one. Figure this out. Come on, drop me a ritual tablet. I would probably just sell it for a divine. Oh, they're right next to each other. There's another one right there. The last two. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, it's not selecting it. Don't explode on me. See how there's definitely more monsters in that one than there were in the first two? Yeah, I think they just kind of progressively get more difficult. Okay, so that sucks. I only have 1100 tribute. It costs 1,000 to reroll. What do we have here? That's poo-poo. Armor and evasion. It's Stun threshold. Do. Yeah, all these items suck, in my opinion. At least what I know of the items. I'm going to reroll. Even though I only have 157 left, I don't want any of those items. I wouldn't take them anyway, so... Yeah, these rituals sucked for me today. There's nothing good out of them. But I still have a chance with this one to possibly get a tablet to drop from one of the enemies. That would be very good if I could. Picked up stuff that I didn't want to. What did I pick up? Don't even know. Here we go. No explosions, please. Hey, I didn't die. That's awesome. One thing that really sucks about this game as well is in the Endgame, so these tier 1 through 15 maps that you just basically create these random maps and go through. If you die, you not only do you not get to go back into the same one, like if it's got the rituals and stuff, if you die, the rituals are gone out of that map. You can go back to that area on the map, but it doesn't have the rituals anymore. You no longer have the same things. But the secondary thing that really sucks is my experience. I lose 10% of my bar, not 10% of what I have, 10% of my experience bar down here on the bottom, which is a huge amount because you don't really get a lot of experience at my level. My level's 92 right now. I think the max is 100, and it takes a lot to get your experience up. You need a lot of experience for leveling up now, and 10%'s huge. That's probably like 3 to 4 tier 15 maps. So if I die in one of them, I lose 10% of my bar. So if I only have 8% of my bar filled up, it's all gone. If I have 15% of my bar filled up and I die, I'm gonna have 5% left. You know, that's kind of sucks. I hope they change that. And I also need to remember I still have one more of those yellow guys to complete the map here. You know what I should do? Since I can't come back in here, I don't like any of the items. But I might as well just buy some of these upgrades. I'll get the Regal. And that's it. That ritual sucked. Okay. So we'll go straight up here. There you are. A long quarterstaff unique. I wonder if I've seen that. Which one is that? It's got 2 sockets in it. Oh yeah, Pillar of the Caged God. 2% attack for 5 dexterity. Weapon damage. That sucks. I thought it would be something I hadn't seen before. I mean, I'll keep it. I think people do buy those. 2% I think is, I think 3%. You can get a 3% on that too. I'm not sure. But if you can, 2%'s probably not worth anything, honestly. Okay. We are map completed. Go back to base. Drink some coffee. Alrighty. Let's see, did I have any of those stabs for sale still? Any uniques? No. What about over here? I think I did have one for sale before and it sold, but I don't think I sold it for more than like 10 Exalt? Maybe less. Whatever. We'll put it in there for 10. Maybe somebody will want to buy it. I hate filling up my for sale tab, not selling anything, running out of room, and then, you know, having to empty it out, sell it, sell all the stuff. It's the gold bender. Let's see, what else did I want to do? I want to put some stuff away. Put that there. Yeah, so there's all these essences. I got these ones here, and I have also the ones down here. So those are what I was talking about before. That I actually wanted to put in this spot. I did not mean to get rid of that. That's okay, we'll leave the 13 in there for now. Put these away. Alright, let's do another one. I'm hoping to get lucky today and get some rare stuff. Some rare stuffs. Oh, there's another ritual here with a breach and a mirror. Oof. We're gonna grab that 13. I mean, I'd really like to do it on the 15s. They probably have better drops, but unfortunately, those rituals are very difficult at that level. Chilled ground, I can handle that. What else here? Amount of chest increase. Ooh. I think I'm gonna be crazy and try and do another. Monsters are evasive. Yucky. Experience gain increase. 11 additional packs. Okay. Let's also be crazy. I'm gonna corrupt it. So these Val Orbs here, it'll modify an item unpredictably by, it could add another stat, it could increase the level from 13 to 14, it could decrease the level from 13 to 12, it could remove some stats and add different ones. It's random. But once you do corrupt it, you can no longer do any modifications to it. That's what corrupted means. Let's see what happens. Oh, it went down to a 12. That sucks. And I think I lost a stat. Maybe not. Oh well, you know what? Being down to a 12 might be a good thing for this, because this is going to have some stuff in it. Okay, let's put that there. So we have a breach, we have a delirium mirror, and we have rituals. Just hoping we get some good drops. Okay, mirror first. They don't even let you. Oh, you can walk around it. I don't want to walk around it because you get the distills, another crafting material I won't go into right now, but you get more distills based on the more amount of monsters that you clear. So I like to do these first because the more monsters on the map, better off I have chances of getting more distills. Trying to do it quickly because there's a time limit on these. Come on, where's the monsters? Let's go. Need more. Didn't quite make it to 4. Okay, I want to pick up this. It's got 2 rune sockets on it. And just see what happens. Leech, nah, that kind of sucks. Ooh, 21 to 51 cold. That's not bad. Attribute requirements, come on. Yep, I'm not gonna waste any more on that. That sucks. It's not worth it. Let's see, is that gonna keep going up, or is that just a dead end? Keeps going up. And more up. You know what? We're gonna go. Here's another ritual. I'm gonna do this ritual and then head back down to the other one. Clear all this out. And there's another ritual. Okay, already found 3 of them. Let's just start this one. Oh great, this has got a bunch of things popping up out of the ground. Explodey thingies. Let's see here. Nothing that I really care about too much there. What in the heck? There's a little cheese I can do with this character, like if I'm running and pressing against like a wall or whatever this would be called, a little terrain here. If I'm pressing against it when I attack, so like if I'm back here and I go to attack this way, that'll stop it. But if I'm pressed against it, I can actually get it to go through, which is an interesting mechanic. I don't know if that was intended or not, but when it hits people, it does less damage than if there was that in the way. So maybe it was intentional. I don't know. Yay, that one's done. I don't see anything good. The omens and then the audience with the king, they'd only take up one little square like these orbs do, or this skill gem. So that means that these are not that. Yeah. So far not seeing anything too great. This is alright for a pair of gloves for starting. 78 mana, 32% lightning resistance. This one's a good start too, 37 cold. But That would require more upgrades to see if it's actually worth anything. Okay, I think we're gonna go. Now we're gonna continue on. I've already gone pretty far this way. We'll go back to the other ritual at the end. And then there was a breach in here too. I think that was top left area of the map. Where that checkpoint is on the left, I think it's above that. Maybe it was a different spot, I don't remember. We'll find it. You can tell where the breaches are because they have like these purple floating lines that kind of draw you to them to show you where they are when you're near. This game is pretty cool in the sense that the maps are like randomized. So the monsters, the layout of the map, you know, all that stuff. It's all randomized based on like some kind of random number generator. And you know, no two people are going to be playing the same map in the same place with the same modifiers, you know. So it's kind of a unique experience for everybody. Exalted. Those little guys with the yellow tentacles coming out of their head, and they spit these like yellow beams, yellow things at you. They're annoying. They can stun you with those. I call those guys spitters. It's just spitting stuff constantly. Okay, right back around this way. So there's 2 rituals left. I've already done 2. I know where one of them is. This one's got 4 in it. I'm hoping to find a ritual tablet on the ground somewhere after completing one of these. Or, you know, I think those drop when you kill enemies in the ritual. They'll drop from the enemies themselves. But finding one of those is just like finding a divine orb. People want those. Okay, let's go ahead and start this and hopefully not die. Start in the corner here. Oh, I don't like that spot because I can't hit them. Just don't stun me. No stuns. What? Where is the... What's the last guy? What do we got? Oh, I don't like any of those. We're gonna go ahead and reroll. Still nothing great. Well, that's kind of a sad day there. Alright, well, let's go do the last one. Really don't need much gold anymore. At least not until I start respecking my character. Spell damage. Nope, that just low stats. Okay, here's the other one. I guess I did run into it before. Alright, last one. Don't die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. That guy wanted to stun me. Okay, that sucks. I can't re-roll anymore. So, we'll take the Exalted. And... that's so bad, look at that. A +4 to maximum energy shield, a +3 to evasion rating. It's just yucky. Yucky, yucky. I think we're just gonna go ahead and... oh, we'll just buy some of these. And that's that. Okay, let's go get the breach. Let's go find that breach. I saw the little purple purple floating things up here somewhere. Pretty sure it was up here. Yeah, there it is. We're gonna definitely clear out any enemies around here first, because we don't want to have double the amount of enemies. That could be bad. Okay, and then while the breach is expanding, I think I'm gonna run towards the right. There's the other two yellow guys up in the right side. So yeah, just want to get in that direction. There's a breach ring. That's good. Let's worry about that afterward. I'm gonna try to continue here. Anything else? Nope. Ooh, a precursor tablet. It's irradiated. Not like a ritual tablet or nothing, so that kind of sucks. Didn't want to... oh wait. Level 76. I'm not even going to try to upgrade that. Let's go get that breach ring. I tried to pick up this breach ring, and I selected other items twice. Oh, let me turn these items off and on. I think it's in the wrong spot. There it is. What does this have? Really? 1 to 4 physical. It's got to be the lowest, of course. 6% chaos. 134 to max mana is good. Well, I'll hold it for now. Wait. Is everything in the wrong spot? Okay. That didn't really give me much. I'm too slow at killing things right now, I think. Okay, we'll go up here, take care of the other rares. And we're done. Okay. One thing I've learned with this game is the rare items that drop, you know, they're really low percentage, so you running into them, it's like playing a scratcher ticket or whatever, you know. So quantity, in my opinion, is going to be best. Just, if you don't get anything great out of that map, just hurry up, complete it, move on to the next, keep trying, and then eventually you'll hopefully get something good. That way. The ring I'm gonna put in here. Maybe we'll do something later with that. I got things in here I need to sort out and figure out what I want to do with them. Let's go ahead and put this tablet. I probably shouldn't pick up much more of these, but this one's got a 10 maps in range. 10 is the highest amount of maps. Some of these I have like 6 and 4. I think I'm gonna try to get rid of those because I'm filling this thing up. Yeah, I'm gonna take some of these out of here and just go sell them. 8's pretty good. 7, 20% chance to contain a shrine. Yeah, we need to make room. Yeah. Okay, and we'll just kind of reaches. I'll just go ahead and sell these to this girl. Let's put our distilleds away. I don't see this one over here, so I'll just manually put it in. That one goes there. That away. Okay, let's go see what's next. A +1 and a boss. The red things, so like it says corrupted area has +1 to monster level, so let's say that I have a T15 map, you know, one of these guys here, tier 15. Putting it in here will actually make it tier 16. All the monsters will be +1 to their level. We're gonna try that, but I don't want to do nothing crazy. Number of rare monsters, quantity, rarity, that's all good. 50% elemental resistances for the monsters, which is not great for my lightning, but you know, it could be worse. We're gonna put this in here. I could have upgraded it a couple more times, but I just don't want to keep using up my exalted orbs. Okay, complete this map real quick, then I'll probably go out and take a cigarette break and hopefully remember to edit that out of this before I upload it. There's a strong box up here. Me and my brother Joey, we have played quite a bit of this game together. And so far we have determined that these strong boxes here are always poo-poo. In other words, let me identify this real quick. Item cannot be, what? Oh, it's corrupted. I can't identify it. Why is it corrupted? Strong boxes in area are corrupted. Oh, that makes sense. And the little blue up here, it says that right here. I don't remember seeing that before. I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe I have. I just didn't notice it. But anyway, what I was saying is these tend to... You can typically, if it's not corrupted, you could typically upgrade these. Like, let's say it's just a blue box with a couple modifiers. You can use your exalted orbs and upgrade these boxes to make more monsters, you know, stronger monsters. You know, same thing with the maps. And you would think, in theory, that by completing them and then getting the rewards, you could have better items. These strong boxes, no matter if they're blue, white, rare, maxed out, corrupted, they always have poo-poo loot in them. Like we've had quite a few times where it just basically will dump like 6 orbs of augmentation, and that's it after you complete it. So just a FYI. I also like to get out of the area because they can have some crazy stuff come out of them. Like the box will shoot things at you while you're fighting things, and I'd rather just try to pick these guys off. Yeah, the box looks like it's... See all that lightning on the ground? That's one of the modifiers for that box, apparently. It just shoots lightning all over the ground. And that's not too good. Apparently we're not done. There's probably more enemies up top. The box, basically, when you try to open them, they... Oh, ouch. They pop out monsters for the box itself, so they spawn all around, and you have to clear them all, or... Yeah, look at this. We got a Val Orb and an Orb of Alchemy. That's pretty good. A Djinn Barya. That's a little trial token. Number of trials 4. Let's see, these just... That's just not great items. I don't think we've ever seen anything good come out of those boxes. Let's see, what is this? Attack speed. That's usually desirable. 11% is kind of low, but okay. What else? 13 to 14 cold damage. What a range. 13 to 14. Either one. What else you got? Stun buildup. Ugh, I'm not going to waste any more on it. This is an item level 81, actually. Let's go ahead and see what else we get. Accuracy. Yeah, I'm dropping it. I don't want to waste any more. It's not worth it. That ring sucks too. So the nifty thing is, with all the different types of stats you can get on your equipment, and then the different tier levels for numbers you can get to go along with those stats, there's a lot of different possibilities. But it also makes finding really good high tier stats all on one piece of armor or equipment very rare as well. It'd be really cool to find something that's got, you know, nothing but tier 8s and higher on it with desirable stats. Then we might be looking at, you know, a bunch of divine orbs worth of item, or even maybe a mirror. But for right now, I haven't seen anything that great. I've seen a couple things that are like, okay, it's worth a divine, one single divine, which is pretty good, but never anything worth multiples. 9% attack speed. Ugh. 11 to 20 fire. It's pretty low. I usually use up to a regal, and if I don't like it, like, I don't like any of that. It's not great. I'll drop it. We won't waste the exalts. augmentations, transmutations, the regal orbs, those are fairly common items that drop quite often. So I don't mind using those to see if it's worth continuing to upgrade or not. I mean, if I get 2 really bad stats on an item, typically I just, unless the other stats are like really great, I don't want it. It's not worth my time. Buddy. There's an Exalt. Nice. T15. Ooh. What the heck? Must have been that guy. Wonder what that's got. 38% lightning damage. It's only a tier 2. 90 max mana. 17 mana per enemy killed. 20% cast speed. That's not a terrible wand. I mean, maybe the damage, the lightning damage, is too low for anybody to be wanting it. Yeah, I would think so, but I'm curious. Let's see what's the last item we can get on this. Spell damage. Okay. Spell damage and lightning damage are only tier 2s. That kind of sucks. Cast speed is good. Max mana is good. Mana per enemy killed is good. I don't really know if that's worth too much. Probably not worth a lot. But we're gonna find out. I'll try to sell it for like 20 exalts. See what happens. What else am I missing? That guy. Still not done with the map. What is a makeshift crossbow? Mist Whisperer. Attacks chain 2 additional times. I'm too lazy to find out if that's worth anything. Just the uniques that they've had in this game. I think they're supposed to be doing some updates, because this game I think is still in early access, but the uniques have been fairly underwhelming, I guess is a good word. There's only a few of them that really are pretty good. Otherwise, most of the uniques that they have in here are just like, they're not great. People don't really care for them too much. I haven't cared for many of them that I can use. Some of them are good though, like the belt I have, or these are great. Other than that, and other people have different ones that are good for theirs, but there's a lot of uniques that are just worth maybe 1 exalt a piece. They're not great. They don't give you enough. So I think they're going to be doing some kind of a update to put more uniques in the game and also make them better. spine belt. 181 to armor. Cold resistance. Meh. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna go right. Accuracy. Oh my goodness. Can't win them all. I just say that to myself so I don't get upset with how many horrible stats I see on these items. Nobody's interested in accuracy rating. Everybody just wants their stuff to be super damaging. Or have a lot of resistances, like armor pieces. Okay, I got 2 yellows right here. And we have a map boss still. Siphoning wand, level 80. Let's just throw this guy on here. Lightning, critical spell damage bonus, mana per kill, chance to ignite. Nothing to call home about. Attributes and a low level lightning. It's a 81. But I really don't want to waste it if the first 2 stats are poo-poo like that. No wasting the upgrade materials. That's a dead end. Okay, let's go get this map boss. Oh look who it is, the same one. So these map bosses, they're always one of the bosses that you meet in the campaign. So this is one of the bosses that you'll run into in the campaign. Ooh, 2 exalts. Usually when monsters blow up, I tend to kind of walk away from them a little bit because I just don't like standing and stuff in this game when you don't know if it'll kill you. Okay, this map's complete. We're gonna go back, put some stuff away in my stash here, and then I'm gonna take a quick cigarette break, and then I will be back. This guy, this staff. Me and my brother, we share a guild stash here, but he's been kind of a little butt by just filling it up with rings. He goes to this vendor down here. I've done it a couple times too. But she sells random stuff. You can get good things or you can get bad things, but it's always random and it's, you know, expensive compared to just buying something you can see the stats on. So like, for example, if I buy a ring here, it's 19,000 gold. I have plenty of gold, like 5 million. So what he does is he'll just unload on these amulets and rings, just fill up his whole bag and just go through them and see if there's anything great. So we'll do that. Grab that. What is that ring? 8% increased cast speed. 69 to max life. 6% of physical attack damage as life. So nothing great there, but he you know, you can get some good stuff. It's still based on the chances of those good things actually dropping in game. But you know, you can buy things and possibly get some good stuff too. But yeah, so you know, look at all this. This is our one guild stash box here, and well, we have two tabs. One's for specific things like your skill gems and your uncut gems and so on, and then this one, you can put whatever you want in there, and then we can, you know, I could put like the wand, for example, and then he can look at that later and be like, oh, there's a wand in here. Is it good? He'll know better than me on the wand. So anyway, I'll just put this down here. Maybe he will like it and want to do something with it. Or you know what? I'm just going to put it up for sale. Let's see if we get... Let's see, this has got a spell damage increase, tier 2. Lightning damage increase is tier 2, or very low. Cast speed for tier 3, and a max mana for a tier 8. Probably won't be able to get it, but I'm going to put it for 20. 20 exalted. And we'll see. Okay, this ring that I bought, I don't want. We're going to sell it. So I only get 300 gold back for that.
I'll find the use for it.
Let's identify these. And we'll go ahead and put some stuffs away. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break and I'll be back. Alright, we're back. Yeah, I just decided to, so I don't forget to edit that out, stop the recording and then resume it, so you guys shouldn't notice really anything there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do another one. So, basically started... I don't remember where we started, to be honest. But this is what I've expanded this to be so far. So yeah, it's got a lot to it. This game seems like it's going to be pretty good. Again, it's an early access. Everybody can play it, but it's not really like a full release. It's more like they still need to do updates and things. They're going to change things. So anyway, let's do this one. It's got a breach and a boss. And we'll put rare monsters, monster damage. We'll try this one. It'll probably be a little tough, but if we die, we die. Alright. I think the reason that they put 6 portals here is, well, apparently in Path of Exile 1, they used to do the same thing, and so, kind of for aesthetic reasons, they did it the same way. But 2, I think once you run out of portals, like I can go into the map, and then I can come back here with a portal, and every time I do that, one of these portals disappears. So you can only do that so many times in each of these maps before it won't let you back in. Haven't ran out of portals yet. I've died many times. But yeah, that's the reason for that. Not that you asked. Die! So far, not too bad. replenishing shrine. There's these little shrines that pop up like this where you can get like an extra modifier to yourself, to your character, which is nice. Some of them you have to be careful. They'll give you like meteor strikes or whatever, and you have to come over here and hit X to pick it up. So like this one, I think it gives you additional health and shield and mana regen and all that kind of stuff, which means I can just spam my attacks and never run out. But yeah, these are nice. So we'll click that. Yeah, see, my mana just doesn't even run out anymore. It's only a time limit, so it's got like that 35-second timer, 40-second timer down there. Wow. Both rares were the same monster. Makes sense. I have a thing in one of my skill trees for this stuff where there's a rare monster that's duplicated in every map. Level 80. Tier 5 critical hit chance is pretty good for a staff. Let's put this on there. 1 to 26 lightning. This is a crackling staff, so it doesn't do physical unless you get a modifier that adds physical to it. So adding lightning to the base is pretty good. Leech for mana, Let's see here. 28 to 41 physical is added. That's a T6. What else can we get? Attributes? That's yucky. And accuracy. Yucky. Of course it gives me the yucky stats when I'm trying to use my exalted. It's just not really a great stat. So we'll put that back on the ground here. What I'd like to do is find some divine orbs. Probably unlikely that you guys will see one drop because of their rarity. Usually you have to run through lots of maps. As you can see my my maps, you know, what I've already cleared. Like I said before, I've probably only found a total of like between 10 to 15 divines. And I've probably ran close to 75 or 100 maps, so they're pretty difficult to find them. Let's see, I'd like to pick up the staff. Is this a 79? Yeah, that's right. We're in a T15 zone. We're not going to find any 81s unless we had a +1 to +1 to monsters. We don't. The only thing we have in here that's really going to be hopeful is the breach. Okay. Let's go down. See what we got down here. Yeah. Scroll of Wisdoms I tend to go through quite frequently, so I'm going to pick those up. Yeah, that's right. This map had a Was it like 46% more? Oh, 85% more rare monsters. I thought it was less. Rare monsters are good. They're going to be what drop the most of your things that you're looking for. Chaos orbs are good. It's very easy when you're playing this game to underestimate the levels too. You got to be kind of careful sometimes, because you know, sometimes you'll be flying through a level and then you run into something that just destroys you. These I like to get close to. That little blue thing around him, if you're in the blue area of it, it'll drain your mana. Thank God that one is slow. Oh, what the heck? Oh, this is the world boss, I think. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, that's because that's up there. Hello, sir. Just wants to come and add to my pile here. This game is so weird. It does this thing where sometimes the items show up in the wrong spot. Why does that T15 not disappear? So I have this eyeball thing here down in the middle of my secondary skill bar, and it can hide things, because sometimes if you get enough monsters, you get too many items pop up on the ground while you're like in a breach or something, and you can't see things. And so that's a good way to get them off the ground, and then they'll show up if you run over them. But if you walk away, they disappear, and that way you can kind of see what's going on. But also, if I've noticed that if things are not where they say they are, there we go, I had to be up a little bit more, then you can hide them and then unhide them, and then they'll usually reappear right where they're supposed to be. Did not want to pick that up. Check that out. 4-61 lightning. That's pretty decent. Not the best, but it's alright. Let's throw a regal on it. If you like it, throw a regal on it. Nope, don't like it anymore. Okay, we'll drop that. Nothing else here. Oh. Wait, was that the one? Yeah, that's the one I just dropped. My controller has some stick drift, and I use a PlayStation 4 controller while playing this. I'm just more used to that from back when I used to play PlayStation. And the left joystick has some stick drift where it constantly wants to move up, like as if you're pressing the left joystick up. Sometimes it'll stand still, but other times if you're just trying to make like little slight movements, like I'm trying to go down, and see, it just kind of goes up sometimes. It's really annoying, because I'll be trying to pick something up off the ground, and he'll move slightly up, at which will select a different item, and I'll pick something else up. Don't like that. destruction. Okay, this guy down here, he's gotta go. Eh. I have found the little breach, I think. See those little purple things that fly across the screen? Let me get closer. Yeah, there's a breach up there in the top right. Yeah, you see it's got these like little purple things on the screen randomly, and they flow toward the breach. That's how you can tell that you're close to it. I am not going to activate that yet, because I think we need to look for the rest of the rares, make sure the map gets completed, and then we will activate the breach. That way if I die, at least the map's still completed. Things like breaches or delirium mirrors, those are the way the game is played. They're technically like extra things, so they don't really count as far as you have to complete it or activate it in order to complete the map, which can be a good thing. Especially if you're like trying to make a way or a path to something on your world map. You need this place cleared, and if you die, well, that's frustrating, because then you gotta go through and complete it again. A wand. What are you? Cold damage, mana regen. Eh. Here he is. Bunch of enemies down here. Go again with that. Okay, let's see. This one, I'm pretty sure. Life Sprig. Leeches 1% of maximum life when you cast a spell. +3 to level of spell skills. Is that? Cast speed 15 to max mana is pretty silly. No. I don't think it's really a desirable piece. Let's see what this is. Me. It's got an alright armor, but everything else sucks. Okay, to the breach. Alrighty, I think we're going to move back down and to the left with this, because that's going to be the most open area. Let's see how this goes. better than the last one. I'm just not. I don't have fast boots on. I had to get different boots, and they're expensive to have great qualities with fast boots. And I had to get better resistance from my speed boots, so I ended up not having speed on my boots, which kind of sucks because with breaches you want to be able to run around and clear monsters quicker, and I can't really go that fast. Doesn't mean I can't get good stuff. It just means that I won't be able to do the breach for as long as somebody else might be able to. I think this is about where the breach started, right here. Tablet with a 9. That's pretty good. Let's see, what is this? 79 stun duration. Nope. No thank you. Okay. Nothing great out of this map either. But we got a couple things. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call that a video. You know, if you guys like watching videos like this, or if you prefer Apex, you know, give me a like, a comment. Let me know how you like the video, and maybe we'll do some more in the future, or maybe I'll just stick to the Apex. I don't know. We'll see how you guys like it. Alright, I hope you all have a great day and stay out of trouble.